Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're okay. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while for me doing this and I'm still getting used to making videos, and I'm hoping I'll put more effort, and I'm hoping that I can do this more often. So today I woke up well. It's gloomy morning. It's been very rainy, and I actually wanted to make this video outside as I do my morning walk, because that's a behavior that I have gotten used to nowadays. So I ensure to do my morning walk or run depending on my mood. So, and I wanted to do a video outdoors because it's better, the mood is better outside, and right now being a little bit warmer, so I prefer being outside. I prefer going to the sun. I really miss the sun. Yeah, but today the weather is so gloomy. It's been raining and I wanted to go outside, then the rain began, so it's on and off and the streets are so wet. So I just decided, okay, let me just have this monologue here. Yeah, and so I just wanted today to talk about the reality of living school, life after school. So, and especially when you come from Africa, like for me, I come from Kenya, and you know, the school thing is just you get from the time you were born, like 3 years later, maybe you join school, and then for the next 20 plus years, you'll just be in school if you do it consecutively. So yeah, most people by around 23, that's when they are leaving university or college, around 23, 25, depending on the course you took. Yeah, so you imagine the whole life you've just been in school, getting ready to get into the job market, maybe, because for most people, after you leave school, you want to get into the job market. And then reality hits us. For me, I remember I left school in 2015, and for the 4 years that I was in university, I was always afraid. I always had that idea that, okay, I used to question myself a lot. I used to wonder, like, after school, will I ever get a job? Because I had seen the situation out there, like everyone was talking about the joblessness situation in Kenya. And by then, I had no idea that I would have a chance to leave the country. So yeah, I just knew that I had to make it in Kenya. But my question is, like, who is going to employ me? And at that time, I'm not thinking of I'm going to leave school and begin a business, because I don't even have the capital. And there is no enough resources provided by the country, provided by the government, for anyone who wishes to begin a business. You cannot be sure, like, I just want to start a business. I am at zero, and you can't be sure that you will get the funding. You will just be chasing and chasing and chasing. So yeah, that was the point I was in for the whole of the 4 years. And then I completed my 4 years of studies, and yeah, reality came in. And I remember even before completing my university, there was this company that a lot of companies used to, not a lot, a few companies came to, I was in the University of Nairobi, and they came to do interviews for students, or to market themselves. Yeah, to market themselves so that students could apply to them. Some companies that are offering internship programs and graduate programs, yeah, and all that. And so I applied to all these companies. I remember I applied to PwC, to Deloitte, to KPMG, to several companies that came to school. And I remember for PwC, I continued with the application. I'm not sure, it was around 7 steps, and I failed at around the 5th step. Yeah, so yeah, that was the situation. But there was this school, this company, Oppo, that came to interview students, and I remember they interviewed us in the hall, in the lecture hall. And my class had so many people. I was doing economics and sociology. I don't remember exactly they came to which class. I remember I think it was the economics class or something like that, or they were just going to all 4th-year students. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but they were interviewing 4th-years in our class. So you can imagine the lecture hall, and we were around almost 1,000. It was 800 plus. Yeah, and they were now interviewing us. And it was chaos. It was chaotic. So you imagine you're being interviewed and there are 20 people around you and the interviewer. So it was so chaotic. I don't even understand how the interviewers were hearing what the interviewee was saying, but we all interviewed. I remember I interviewed, and I don't even understand how they managed to pick the number of people they wanted, because I think they wanted around 100 people or more than 100, yeah, around there. So, but they managed to get the people they wanted to pick for the job, and I was not there. So I just remember, seeing these classmates of mine, going for orientation, and at times when I would go to drop my CVs in town in some offices in Nairobi, I would come across my classmates, already doing their job. They had been picked by Oppo to work as salesmen, selling the phones in designated shops. I remember that was the time Oppo was launching in Kenya. It was in 2015. And it was this big, big launch. And it was all over. The streets were painted green. Was it green or blue? Such a color, yeah. The Oppo color. So, and I really felt bad because now I saw that this opportunity has passed me. I don't know what other opportunity is going to find me. All the companies that came to school to get employees are now done. And now it's for me to be, now I'm on my own. I just need to go to offices, drop my CVs, apply online, and the journey began. Now you're done with school, nothing else. There's nothing else you're doing. Parents have already paid everything. They've taken me through primary, high school, university. Now it's for me to find a job and to begin work. It's not easy. It's not easy. And at this time, I'm searching for anything. I'm searching for an internship position, a volunteer position, and I studied economics and sociology. So I wasn't exactly sure with this degree, like, where am I going to work? Like, I wasn't exactly sure. Am I going to be a social worker? I was doing CPAs on the side, so I knew that I might be an accountant. But with my economics degree, I wasn't sure what I'm going to be. Like, I wasn't sure which company I'm going to apply to and which position I'm going to apply to. So it was really tough until I saw some of my classmates were applying to these sales positions, sales positions, selling loans, sales in banks, sales in microfinances, sales in SACCOs. So that was the in thing at that time. Like, a lot of people went to the route of sales. And, this is not the subject you've studied for. It's something completely different. So that became, then, to most people at that time, I'm talking about around 2015, that's what most people resorted to. And still, most of us were like jobless. So I don't know the situation. I feel that it's really sad, for a country to have all these people graduating every year and then there are no jobs. And it's not the same case in other countries. Like, you go to other countries and there are opportunities. At least there's going to be something that you can get easily to, like, manage to pay your bills as you look for that dream job that you've been wanting, because dream jobs take time most of the time. So that was not available for me. There was nothing I could have done to just, support myself, pay my rent, pay for my food. Nothing. Like, there's nothing you can do unless you just do your own business, or in case you are fortunate enough to know someone who fixes you at a place, or maybe your fate is you apply to a job and you get a really good job, which is for the less percentage. So the most people are like jobless. And even to date, I just see the news, online as I'm scrolling through social media, and you see graduates who are still looking for jobs 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. They've never found any job. So they just resorted to their own, business or anything else they can do, because their years in school are somewhat wasted. And I feel that this is really sad for a nation. It's really sad, even not getting leaders who are looking into, improving the situation, increasing job opportunities, bringing in investors, focusing on something that's going to drive the nation into a better state. When you look at the percentage of joblessness, unemployment in Kenya, it keeps on going up. And the youth are the highest percentage of people in Kenya. So we have a lot of workforce, but the most workforce is just at home. Most of them, they have nothing to do. At this time, even if you are able, even if you have so many ideas, you just feel like you've hit a roadblock because there's nothing much you can do for yourself. You either resort to the strong ones, maybe keep hoping, keep praying, keep applying. Not everyone is going to be that strong. You find another group that is going to give up and indulge in, alcoholism and drug abuse and all that. Yeah, you find another group that is just going to give up and decide, okay, I'm going to do whatever comes my way. They resort to, some other kind of jobs, maybe selling grocery, being a tout, things like that. So in short, your whole education has gone down the drain. And that is something you are specialized at. It's something that could have really helped the country to be propelled forward. So I just pray that our leaders can do something. I just pray because I know that as a country we have a lot of potential, and it's not the best that, like forever we keep, hoping to, like right now at this instance, a lot of people are hoping to leave the country, looking for opportunities to leave the country. Like there is the DV lottery. So many people I have seen, like before the results were released, everyone was online. They all want to check their results to know whether they are going to have this opportunity to leave the country because they've been suffering for many years. You find the amount of agencies in Kenya, people are looking for opportunities to leave the country. Like it's a sad situation. Like we just can't continue to live like that. It's our country. And having traveled to a few other countries, not a lot of countries, but a few other countries, I just feel like it's just the same. There's nothing big about these other countries. They are just strategizing. They know how to prepare. They know how to plan, how to manage their resources, and how to create opportunities for their citizens. So that's just what we can do. And I'm sure that our leaders have the power to do that. They have the power to do that, but they are just not doing it. They're not focusing on it, and they're not putting it as a priority. So just give me your thoughts. Like, what should we do? Do you feel that the situation has improved, or is it worse? And how is the situation in your country? So yeah, that's what has been on my mind lately, and I just feel sad about it. And as much as some people are going to make it in Kenya and in other countries, other people are not going to be able to get that opportunity to either make it in Kenya or to leave the country and make it outside of Kenya. So most people are still going to try and try and try, but luck is not going to be on their side. So yeah, I just hope that the situation changes and the country is able to support its citizens and to do something about this job situation and employment situation. Yeah, because we have the potential. The education is there. We just don't have the opportunities. We just don't have good leaders who can put this as a priority for us. So yeah, let me know. Let me know, is it the same in your country? Or is it something that we can do as an individual? Or is it something that people can just do on their own? People can just help themselves on their own? Or what can we do? So let me know on the comment section. Bye bye.